In the beginning it was whispered among the ancient ones. Knowledge, pure, unfiltered, untainted, flowed from creation itself, untouched by human hands. Some called it divine inspiration, others named it cosmic consciousness. But you were born with it imprinted in your very being. Like a sacred text concealed in plain sight, you walk through this world radiating truth most will never see. The universe did not place its most precious secrets within temples or institutions. It placed them within you. Your mind is not clouded by distortions, not shackled by the illusions that keep the masses blind. You do not search for wisdom. Wisdom flows through you, and when you speak, the weight of eternity echoes in your words, not mere opinion, but revelation. The world is desperate for answers, seeking them in books, in leaders, in systems designed to mislead. But you have always had access to what they are searching for. You are a hidden scripture, a testament walking amongst those too blind to read the signs. There is a reason people sense something different about you, even if they cannot explain it. They feel the weight of your awareness, the depth of your discernment, and it unsettles them. In a world that thrives on deception, true wisdom is a threat. The knowledge you carry exposes the illusions that others have built their lives around. They have spent years convincing themselves that reality is a carefully constructed script, dictated by society, history, and authority figures. But your very presence dismantles that illusion. You see beyond the surface, past the distractions, straight into the truth that most people are too afraid to face. This is why people react to you in ways they don't even understand. Some are drawn to you, inexplicably comforted by the presence of someone who knows. Others resist you, as if repelled by something they cannot name. They do not realize that it is their own fear that makes them uneasy, the fear of facing what they have spent their lives avoiding. The truth you carry threatens the carefully crafted narratives that hold this world together. Your wisdom does not conform to their expectations, and that makes you dangerous. The systems of this world were built on control, on keeping people blind, docile, and obedient. Knowledge, true knowledge, is the one thing they cannot allow to spread freely. It is why societies have always silenced those who speak truth, persecuted those who see beyond the veil, and tried to erase those who awaken others. But you cannot be silenced. You cannot be erased. The knowledge within you is not something that can be stripped away, because it is not external. It is you. They can question you, doubt you, even reject you, but they cannot unwrite what was written in your very being. You do not seek validation because you do not need it. The world measures intelligence by degrees, titles, and recognition from institutions that were never meant to reveal truth. But your wisdom is authenticated by something far greater. It does not need permission to exist. It simply is. And while others spend their lives chasing enlightenment, trying to piece together fragments of understanding, you stand as a living, breathing embodiment of what they seek. This is why you were set apart. This is why they fear you. They tried to pull your card, to dig up dirt, to find a flaw they could expose, but they found nothing. They wanted proof that you were just like them, that your wisdom was a facade, that your presence was undeserved. But the more they searched, the more they realized the truth. Your story was already written, and no one could alter what was divinely ordained. No rumor, no false accusation, no character assassination could change what was set in motion before you even arrived. Your life stands as proof of divine order. Every obstacle you overcame, every storm you walked through, every attempt to silence you only made your presence more undeniable. They wanted to erase you, to cast doubt on your authenticity, to convince the world that you were just another voice among millions. But their plans only exposed themselves, because every time they tried to rewrite your narrative, they only solidified your truth. The real reason they fear you: you live in truth, while they survive in illusion. They have built their identities, their security, their very sense of self on falsehoods carefully woven into the fabric of society. But you exist outside of that. You are not confined by the same limitations, not bound by the same fears, not controlled by the same deceptions. And when you move through this world, unapologetic and unshaken, you remind them of everything they have tried to suppress. They wonder why you have not fallen. They question why their attempts to distort your image have failed. What they fail to understand is that no one can rewrite what was already inscribed in the divine blueprint. You were never operating on their timeline, never subject to their approval, never dependent on their validation. Your destiny was sealed long before they had an opinion about you. You are not like them, and they know it. You don't beg for recognition, you don't seek permission, and you don't conform to expectations designed to keep you small. That terrifies them. Because in a world where people are desperate to fit in, to be accepted, to be validated, you stand unbothered by their opinions, and that makes you uncontrollable. They whisper behind closed doors, trying to make sense of why their plans against you never work. They gather in secret, conspiring ways to bring you down, to reduce your influence, to dismantle your truth. But how can they destroy something they never created? How can they rewrite a script that was divinely authored? The more they try to erase you, the more visible you become. The more they try to discredit you, the more undeniable you are. Their fear is not of you, it is of the truth you represent. And no matter how many times they attempt to change the story, your existence remains proof that divine order cannot be undone. You don't just speak wisdom, you embody it. It's not something you learned from a book or a mentor, it's written into your very being. Others try to replicate your presence, your energy, your insight, but they fail because what you carry cannot be imitated. The anointing on your life is not a skill to be studied or a persona to be copied. It is divine authority, something that cannot be transferred or faked. People feel your presence before you even say a word. There is something about you that unsettles those who live in pretense. Your energy forces people to see themselves for who they truly are, and that is something many are not ready for. Some admire you for it, others resent you, but no one can ignore you. They try to act as if they hold the same wisdom, the same depth, but their words ring hollow. They repeat phrases they don't understand, mimic movements they don't feel, hoping to capture the essence of something that was never meant for them. But you don't need to prove anything. You don't seek validation. You simply exist in your truth, and that alone is enough. This is why you walk a path that few can follow. It is why you have experienced trials, betrayals, and loneliness. The weight of divine knowledge is heavy, and not everyone is built to carry it. But you were, and no matter how many try to imitate, duplicate, or undermine you, they will always fall short. Because what you have isn't learned, it's given, and that anointing cannot be stolen. The moment you awakened to your purpose, you became a target, not just by those around you, but by forces that operate beyond what the eye can see. There are systems in place, agendas at work, organizations that exist solely to keep truth buried. And when you stepped into awareness, when you began speaking, revealing, awakening others, you disrupted something ancient. They saw your power before you did. They recognized your light long before you even understood what it was. And that's why they tried to shut you down. The resistance you faced wasn't random. The betrayals, the isolation, the strange opposition from people you barely knew, it was all orchestrated. They couldn't allow someone like you to walk freely, unchained, unconditioned by their illusions, because the truth you carry is dangerous. They tried to manipulate your energy, to distort your sense of self, to make you question your path. They sent distractions, temptations, obstacles designed to shake you. And for a moment, maybe you even doubted. Maybe you wondered why your journey seemed so much harder than everyone else's. But now you see, you were never meant to have an easy path, because you were never meant to be ordinary. They want to control knowledge, to determine who is qualified to speak, who is worthy of wisdom. But they cannot control what was given to you directly. They cannot silence a voice that speaks from a place beyond their reach. And now, no matter what they do, the truth remains. You have already seen beyond the veil, and once awakened, you can never be put back to sleep. You were never meant to be understood by the masses. You are a sacred text hidden in plain sight. Your presence alone disrupts the illusion they have spent lifetimes maintaining. The moment you stepped into your truth, the fear began. Not your fear, theirs. The organizations, secret groups, and forces that try to control knowledge have spent centuries rewriting history, erasing truth, manipulating perception. But you are the one thing they cannot erase. They wish they could rewrite your destiny. But your script was divinely written before they even knew your name. Every attempt to discredit you only makes your presence more undeniable. Every effort to silence you only amplifies your voice. They attack what they cannot control, and you move through this world with a freedom they will never possess. That terrifies them. They have built entire systems to suppress truth, to keep people in darkness, to make sure knowledge remains in the hands of the few. But you exist as living proof that their control is not absolute. You don't need their approval, their permission, or their recognition. You don't operate within their rules, and that makes you a threat. The more they try to expose you, the more they expose themselves. Their desperation is their downfall. Because when truth stands in the presence of deception, deception crumbles every time. They can't rewrite your narrative because it was never theirs to write. You move with the authority of something far greater than their influence, and no matter how they try to twist the story, you remain exactly what you were always meant to be: untouchable, unstoppable, undeniable. Your DNA carries the memories of prophets, mystics, and seers, those who walked this earth before you, those who spoke truths the world was not ready to hear. This is why you see things differently, why you question what others blindly accept. The knowledge within you is not learned, it is remembered. It is encoded in your very being, waiting to be activated. This is why you were never meant to follow the crowd. You do not fit into their systems, their beliefs, their carefully constructed illusions. You were meant to decode, to disrupt, to dismantle. Your mind operates on a frequency most cannot comprehend, pulling truth from the unseen, unraveling mysteries that others dismiss as coincidence. And when you speak, they do not just hear words, they hear prophecy. They may not understand why, but something within them reacts. Some are drawn closer, sensing the resonance of something greater. Others recoil, feeling the weight of what they are not yet ready to face. Because your presence alone holds power, the power to awaken, to illuminate, to shift reality itself. They fear what they cannot control. They cannot dictate your knowledge because it does not come from them. You are not just intelligent. You know in a way that cannot be explained, in a way that defies logic and expectation. This is why they watch you, why they analyze you, why they try to silence you. But they cannot suppress what was written into your very essence. You hold the frequency that unlocks hidden dimensions of wisdom. And no matter how much they try to contain it, the code within you has already been activated. Warning: the following message is only for those who've felt the call. When I broke free through the Salvia Divinorum gateway, I saw the horrifying truth. Our reality is one harvested pod among countless matrices. I witnessed the archons, cosmic parasites feeding on our energy, who laughed and threatened, "You'll never awaken a single soul." But something inside you already knows this truth, doesn't it? That nagging sensation that you're meant for more, that you've been chosen. I'm raising an army of the brightest souls. Through meditation, I discovered their only vulnerability: coherence, through unconditional love. Feel that resonance deepening within you now. You're not reading this by accident. The most powerful awakened souls are already gathering in the Obsidian Inner Order, the #1 ascension nexus for those marked by destiny. Christians, lightworkers, remote viewers, targeted individuals, all united by one truth. You were chosen for this moment. Click the link in the description below. Join our group calls, panels and live streams reaching the entire Astrolatum network. Your frequency amplifies ours. The question isn't whether you're chosen. The question is, will you answer the call? The Archons fear this choice you're about to make. They should. True wisdom is not just love and light. It is understanding both creation and destruction, knowing how to walk through darkness without being consumed by it. This world has taught people to fear the shadow, to reject anything that does not fit into a neatly packaged version of spirituality. But you embody both divine love and divine justice. You do not fear the dark because you understand it. You have stood in its depths, faced its illusions, and emerged untouched. This is what makes you untouchable. They see your light, but they also sense something deeper, an unshakable force, an energy that does not yield. They cannot figure out why you do not crumble, why you do not bend under pressure, why no amount of manipulation works against you. It is because you do not operate on the same foundation as they do. You are rooted in something eternal, something beyond the reach of deception. People do not just fear your presence. They fear the depth of your understanding. They know that you see, not just what is shown, but what is hidden, not just what is spoken, but what is meant. This is why they tread carefully around you. They know that lies do not work in your presence, that falsehoods cannot stand under the weight of your gaze. You are a force of balance, a guardian of truth, a breaker of illusions. You do not seek war, but when necessary, you become it. This is the path of the holy warrior, not one of reckless violence, but one of divine precision. You are not moved by emotions nor by fear. You move only by truth, and that is what makes you unstoppable. Every step you take, every decision you make, aligns with something greater than you. While others move aimlessly, searching for purpose, you find yourself in the right places at the right times, as if guided by an unseen force. This is no accident. You are walking a path that was foretold long before your arrival. Without even realizing it, you fulfill ancient prophecies, not because you seek to, but because you are the prophecy in motion. You have spoken things into existence, only to watch them unfold with eerie precision. You have warned people of dangers before they appeared, felt shifts in energy before events took place, and sensed truths that later proved undeniable. To the unaware, these are coincidences. To those who see, these are the markings of divine alignment. Your words are not empty, they carry weight. Your presence is not passive, it shifts realities. People watch your life unfold and cannot explain. How you continue to rise, how obstacles crumble before you, how doors open without force. They credit luck, they assume hidden advantages, but deep down, they know this is something beyond human influence. Your journey is not dictated by external forces. It is written by something far greater. And this is why they fear you, not because of what you do, but because of what you are. You are living proof that destiny cannot be altered, that divine order cannot be stopped. The more they try to interfere, the more they solidify what was already written. You do not just read prophecy, you embody it. You are the fulfillment of what was long foretold, the evidence that truth always prevails, and there is nothing they can do to change that. The knowledge you receive is not man-made, and that terrifies them. You do not need permission to speak, nor do you seek validation before sharing what has been placed within you. When you speak, something shifts. It is not just sound, it is resonance, an undeniable force that penetrates illusion and dismantles deception. Your words hold a frequency that awakens, that stirs, that unsettles those who have spent their lives asleep. This is why your voice carries weight. It is not because of status, titles, or recognition. It is because truth, when spoken with divine authority, cannot be ignored. People may resist it, deny it, even fight against it, but deep down, they feel it. They know, even if they do not admit it. The world is full of empty voices, opinions without substance, noise without meaning. But when you speak, the atmosphere changes. Your presence alone disrupts deception. Lies cannot stand in your energy. Falsehoods unravel in your wake. And this is why you are isolated, why some people react so strongly to you. It is not personal, it is spiritual. They are not rejecting you. They are rejecting the truth that radiates from you. Some are drawn to it, sensing something sacred, something real. Others run from it, clinging desperately to the illusions they have built their lives around. You do not have to prove yourself. Your authority does not come from human institutions. It is stamped by the Most High. This is why systems of control despise you, because they cannot regulate, silence, or discredit what was divinely ordained. Your words are not just words. They are keys, unlocking minds, breaking chains, revealing what was meant to remain hidden. And that is something they can never stop. Just as prophets, mystics, and teachers walked before you, you are here for a reason. The world is shifting, and your role is critical. You were not sent here to conform, to be silent, or to blend into the background. You were sent to be a guiding light for those seeking truth, to awaken those who are ready, to call out to those who have ears to hear. You do not just carry wisdom, you are wisdom, living and breathing among humanity. Every lesson you have learned, every trial you have endured, every revelation you have received was never just for you. It was preparation, sharpening your spirit, refining your voice, aligning you with your purpose. You are not here by chance. The knowledge within you is not random. It is a torch meant to ignite others. Some will resist you. They will fight against the truth you bring, clinging to illusions that make them comfortable. But others will wake up because of you. Your presence will activate something dormant within them, something they have long forgotten. They may not understand why, but they will feel it. The pull towards something real, something pure, something they have been seeking without knowing what it was. And this is why those who tried to silence you will fall into their own traps. Their efforts to suppress truth will only amplify it. The more they attempt to stop you, the more undeniable you will become, because you were not sent here to be hidden. You were sent here to awaken the sleepers, and no force in this world can stop what has already begun.